Hello everyone. Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 30/12/2022 guys. So let's look at the issues. Remote EVM ready to help migrants vote outside states. Election Commission. So guys, we have something called as EVM. Now they have made something called as RVM. Remote Electronic Voting Machine. So now, what is the issues? How exactly it works? These are certain things that we need to see. You see this, whenever we have elections, okay. So now let me say this is Bangalore, right? And in Bangalore, you have an MP seat, Member of Parliament seat. Now each in this for election purpose, they would have divided into different booths, right? So each one represents a single polling booth. Okay. So now what is the issue here? You see, very simple. Each one is given one single polling booth. This entire place is divided. Now what they'll do, they will people will come, do voting, and all those votes of all the booths, are calculated. So what happens? For every booth, one EVM is provided. Now, let us say I am from Bangalore, but I am staying in Hyderabad. Now, I want to vote in Bangalore. Like me, one of my friend is in, Vishakhapatnam. Another guy is in Delhi. So what happens? Different people are in different places. Fine. So now you tell me, can government provide for every individual polling booth separately? No, right? Everyone can't be given different polling booths. For me, one polling booth, for my friend, another polling booth. Like this, they cannot do. So, what they do is they go for remote electronic voting machine, which they call it as RVM, and all these are connected to one polling booth. In entire Bangalore constituency, for one polling booth, you will have all the outsider votes, right? So in Bangalore, you will have different polling booths, and one polling booth will be there for outsider. This is little technical, that's it is. For outsider, you will have one single. So Vishakhapatnam guy will also vote into this. Me, Delhi guy, anyone will vote into this. So because of this, what is going to happen? You will have the total votes they try to count. Finally, along with all the votes from RVM is also calculated. So they're just trying to ensure that everyone is given the right to vote. So when we say one India, one ration, you should have one India, one election. Wherever you are, you must be able to vote. Recently, I just wanted to give you an example, guys. In Brazil, there was an election, and Brazilians are in different parts of the world, and most of them are in US as well. Like, in US, they kept a physical polling booth where, like, the citizens went and they voted there and came. This is because in Brazil, voting is mandatory. Wherever you are, you have to vote. See the beauty? So they provided such things. In India also, we want to work on such models. For that, we need certain procedures. Now, election commission, what it does, it can't tell I am going to do it like this. No, it will call all the political parties. All the political parties will come. This will talk to them, right? And inform them this is the procedure. If you have any doubts, you tell us. And then when they raise the doubts, then they are going to address the doubts. And once everyone confirms, they will implement it. Congress is already saying that this will be misusing because people will try to misuse in the name of others, or voting and everything can change because of this, is what they are scared of. So let us see how it comes out. But for different prelims, they may ask you about RVM. State carves out separate categories for Veerashaivas, Vokkaligas in OBC quota. Yes, we are entering into a phase. This is a new caste system where, like, OBCs are further split into different categories on the basis of population. For example, let us say for OBCs, I have given 25% of reservation. So whether you are a Vokkaliga, whether you are a Veerashaiva, doesn't matter. Everyone would come under OBC category, and in that 25%, the entire community will fight. So now let me give you this example, which will help you in answering interviews as well. You see this. Now let me say in Karnataka, OBC category has 25% reservation. Now in this, let me take two communities, Veerashaiva and Vokkaliga. Now, Veerashaiva community, let me say in Karnataka, there are 60% people. Vokkaliga community, let me say some 30% are there. Others are 10%. Now, whether you are 60%, whether you are 30%, or whether the other people are 10%, doesn't matter. Everyone will get, or everyone will fight for this 25%. Within OBC, divisions are not there. Now, what is happening? They are trying to say that Veerashaiva 60%. So let me say I have 25 seats. So 15 seats must go for Veerashaiva, right? Then approximately 8 seats will go for Okkaliga, 2 for others. Now they want to subdivide within this. Even they are planning to subdivide within SCs, within STs. For example, let us say you have Gond community, you have Bill community, right? Gonds, let me say you have approximately, like, 30%. Bills, you have 20%. Others, so they want to say, okay, within ST, I have to give 30% seats to Gonds, 20% seats to Bills. Like this, they are planning to divide. So this is going to be, like, what we call as horizontal division, guys. You see, I have a community. In the community, ST reservation, SC reservation, OBC reservation, right? On the basis of what? Caste. All this together should be 50%. And on what basis I have written them at the bottom? Because they are given reservation because they are socially not very well developed. They are below. Fine. And when you look at the above ones, this I have classified already. Now I have OBC. Within OBC, I'm doing the classifications. So guys, these are all literally very complicated stuff, but in Indian society, they will ask you questions. So you must be aware about these variations. RT-PCR negative report must for air travelers from 5 Asian countries. China, Japan, they are all facing a lot of issues, guys. South Korea, Singapore, and Thailand. So they want the report so that, like, the effects are reduced. Yes, yes. So now CWC accepts DPRs of much awaited Kalsa Banduri drinking water scheme. So guys, to ensure that water facility is provided, Karnataka government is going for Kalsa Banduri drinking water project. And this water they are trying to take it from Mahadayi river basin, right? Which is an interstate river basin between Karnataka and Goa, right? So Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa, but mostly Karnataka and Goa, the things are disputed. Now CWC has accepted detailed project reports and it is looking into the issue. So I want you to write down Mahadayi River, Mahadayi River between Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa. Yeah. Pharma firm faces inquiry over killer cough syrup. Guys, in Gambia, African country by name Gambia, we actually faced one main issue, guys. We actually faced one main issue. What is that? Indian, like, cold syrup, which was actually cough syrup, which was given to the children, was contaminated and it led to death of many Gambian children. Indian government interfered and they tried to, like, neutralize the issue, but this led to a lot of negativity around. Again, in Uzbekistan, there are some 18 children who have died, and Uzbekistan is saying that it is because of contaminated cough syrup by Noida based firm. Guys, this clearly indicates that there is some problem associated with the way we are approving the drugs. So maybe when it is used within the country, the way it is used is different. And when it is used for outsiders, the way it is used is different. And we are not aware what are the containers, like, contaminators which are present in this. What are the issues that we are facing? We really do not have any idea, guys. So India is really worried about all these aspects. The most important aspect is India is seen to be a pharmaceutical hub in the world. At this point of time, there is many criticism from different parts of the world to prove that Indian medicines are not up to the mark. That's why they are able to provide it at a cheaper cost. Indian health industry has also been humiliated outside by talking about certain hygienic practices. So under these circumstances, when these type of news comes up, that is deaths are happening, then India cannot promote itself, right? In Central Asia, Africa, these are all the countries which do not look into the medicines properly, and whatever they receive they provide. Now this provides an opportunity for European Union and US and all to increase their standards with respect to Indian pharmaceutical products. And they will tell, as there are reports of this, we don't want to import from you. This would lead to huge impact on other pharmaceutical sectors as well. It can be asked in ethics. It can also be asked in your what do you call as economy. And in prelims, they may also ask about Central Drugs Control Organization. Even that can be asked, right? So I just want you to make a small note about this. India's pharmaceutical companies. India's pharmaceutical companies. I'll give a detailed notes, guys, about other issues as well. Recently, Indian pharmaceutical companies, Indian pharmaceutical companies has faced criticism, has faced criticism because they could not maintain certain standard protocols, certain standard protocols, which has led to supplying contaminated cough syrup, contaminated cough syrup being supplied, being supplied internationally, internationally to countries like to countries like Gambia and Uzbekistan. Full stop. Next paragraph. India boosts itself. India boosts itself as a pharmaceutical hub, as a pharmaceutical hub, as we are, as we are in a position, as we are in a position to, as we are in a position to manufacture, manufacture and export to different parts of the world, to different parts of the world. Next point. During COVID, during COVID, different countries, different countries appreciated India's efforts, in supplying medicines. Next point, even when developed countries across the world, developed countries across the world faced problems, faced problems across the world faced problems to provide timely vaccination, to provide timely vaccination, comma, India was able to provide, India was able to provide mainly because, mainly because of its manufacturing capacity. Next point, in WTO, in WTO, comma, RCEP, RCEP and other areas, and other areas, comma, other countries demand, other countries demand that TRIPS plus, TRIPS plus must be adopted. TRIPS plus must be adopted. Full stop. If we adopt TRIPS plus, if we adopt TRIPS plus, generic medicines, generic medicines cannot be provided, cannot be provided, and there will be, and there will be generic medicines cannot be provided, and there will be evergreening, evergreening of patents. Full stop. Next paragraph. When there are certain pressures internationally, comma, it is very important, it is very important to have standard protocols, to have standard protocols, and the agencies must ensure, and the agencies must ensure that good quality pharmaceutical products are exported, and and they should also monitor, they should also monitor domestic use. Credit challenges, credit flow and all round capital spending must stay supportive. Okay. So yes, there is a very basic funda in economy. I'll just try to tell you. You see, I have an industry and I want to set up, let us say, I want to set up an industry. So for setting up an industry, I need money. How will I get money? One, I will take loan. Loan from whom? From banks. Or I will give my shares. Shares to whom? Foreign investors, right? Local investors, angel investors. You will have many investors like this, different names for them. So in India, this is less. For any industry to be there, loan from the banks are very, very essential. So now, how do banks give the loan? So banks collect deposits and give loans. Now, due to COVID, banks giving loans reduced. And if loans reduce, industrial activity reduces. If industrial activity reduces, GDP gets affected, jobs are affected. Correct? So, banks play a very, very important role in the national economy. Second, for any economy to flourish, money should be spent. For example, government will construct roads. Money will go into the hands of laborers. Laborers will purchase goods. Then demand for goods increases. This demand for goods increases leads to more investment in production. If there is more investment in production, more jobs, and more production means more GDP. You see, so much of flow is there. So spending in economy is very, very important, guys. So who spends? Either government will spend or private companies will spend. Correct? Now you see who all will spend. One is government spending, another one is private spending. But I'll tell the problem. Government can't spend much. Why? If government spends much, debt increases. Correct? So let's say government income is less, but debt is more. Government income is very less, but debt is very high. So this is not good. So government can't spend much. Who should spend? Private. And private will spend from what? Loans. Loans will be given by whom? Banks. So banks play a very important role. If private has to spend, banks play a very important role even if government has to spend, because it is banks which will give or which will take bonds and give money, right? So fortunately nowadays bank giving loans have increased, which is an indication that India is able to grow. You see, bank giving more loans means more investments means more jobs means more GDP. The same aspects would come into picture, guys. Next, friendly neighbors. It's a very interesting story, guys. It is with respect to Maldives. See, guys, yesterday the number of issues were very less. We just finished in 10 minutes. But today we have good number of issues. We need to work on them. So let us see the first one now. Maldives. I'll just tell a story, guys. In Maldives, there was a dictator called as Gayoom. So there was a journalist called Nasheed. He fought against Gayoom and said, "We don't want you, we want democracy." India spoke to Gayoom, spoke to Nasheed, and helped that Maldives get multi-party democracy. Now, this guy was close to India. We were very close. At this time, there came a guy by name Nasheed. Sorry, there came a guy by name Yamin. And this Yamin took support of China. And he became president of Maldives. When he became president of Maldives, he arrested Nasheed because of terrorism charges. Opposition is arrested in the name of terrorism. So Yamin arrested Nasheed. Now elections were about to happen. Now Nasheed is, convicted, or you can say case is there against him. Case is registered. So he cannot contest, he can't contest elections. So as Nasheed can't contest elections, he made a guy by name Soli as the candidate. China supported Yamin, India supported Soli. Soli won. He became the president. Now, Yamin is arrested. For what? Corruption. See guys, what Nasheed did to, sorry, what Yamin did to Nasheed, the same thing is happening to Yamin. Exactly same. You pay for what you do. This is a very, very simple example. Now he can't contest elections. So it's gone. So all good? No. His successor will contest with the help of China. So China will support a new guy now. And these two are supported by India. Both are good friends of India. Now these two are fighting. Solely want to continue as president. Nasheed says, no, I want to be president. So now internal politics has started. Infighting has started. If infighting starts, who will win is an issue. So we need to wait and watch. So guys, that is about Maldives. No need to know to that depth. I just wanted you to have an idea of that. Yeah. So guys, here is a voice technology article, guys. It says that in India, cyber fraud is increasing day by day, and to reduce it, passwords like Aadhaar, fingerprints, whatever you use, frauds are increasing and they are using new ways to fight. So it's very, very difficult for us to stop these people. So what should we do? They are trying to say that in such cases, we can go for voice technology. HSBC has gone for voice technology, because of which telephone banking fraud cases has actually fell by 50%. They tell telephone banking fraud cases have fell by 50% because of voice biometrics. And the voice biometrics will tell us whether it is fake or real. So they say people can hack n number of mobile phones, but they can't hack more number of voices. So that is where he says there is advantage. And 5G can actually effectively check immediately. For example, what does 5G do? Is 5G reduces the processing time, guys. What is processing time? Let me say I will give my photo to you and I want you to search for my photo in Aadhaar. So if it is 3G, 4G, it will take time to search in the list. But 5G will do it in seconds. Within few seconds, 5G will tell, yes, these two photos are matching. So the speed with which it does is extremely high. Same way, now I am talking, right? I'm talking normally. My voice is recorded, and when my voice is recorded, when I call and talk and say, like, I am Sandeep, this is my account number, I want this much money. It will recognize my voice and it will try to match my voice with the database it has. And then it will tell, yes, this is Sandeep's voice, give him money. All this is fine. But the point is, when we have cough, when we are sleeping, when we are awake, right, voice changes. Can it recognize such modulations? Right? All those things we need to check and we need to go before thinking about other aspects. So let us see how it works on, but you can definitely give this as a recommendation, guys. This is about Taliban. Yeah. So, guys, I told you China is trying to construct some model villages closer to the border, and they want to claim that the villages belong to them. So India is going for vibrant village model, where near the borders, whichever villages are there, we want to provide them Ayushman Bharat, gas facility, electricity, education, Anganwadi centers. When we provide all the basic necessities, then the people in the border villages, they need not have anything to move out. They will stay there only, and they will try to take all the benefits, so that in future, if any country tries to claim our territory, these people will be able to help us. So to counter Chinese models, India also has vibrant village program. And Amit Shah is telling it's very important that these people must be patriot, and the patriotism in these people will come only when we are able to support them with all the basic facilities. That's what government is planning to do. About this vibrant village program, in the budget already they have spoken, so they want to implement it in full terms. It's a very good program if it is implemented, guys. So the yesterday's issue continues about the OBC. Dalai Lama, the Tibetan spiritual leader, there is some sort of uh, fight over him. Some people are trying to kill him. Modi government didn't keep its promise to double farm income. Actually, there was a plan to double farmers' income in 2022, guys, and it is not possible. COVID is one of the reason. Can't help. Lot of targets missed because of COVID, so you can't blame the government completely on the issues. Study shows TN is worst performing in RTI responsiveness. Guys, when you have to write about RTI with respect to what we call as like you know essay or any question, you can use this data, right? Tamil Nadu is the worst performer, where they have given only 14% of the details asked. So it's very, very important, guys, because many people are criticizing RTI, that its powers have been reduced completely. So we need to be conscious about it. So COVID, South Korea, North Korea, these are all continuing issues, guys. Current account deficit widens in Q2. Is our balance of payment crisis is increasing, where the trade gap between exports and imports is severely affected because of global concerns. But we have to import certain basic raw materials which we are unable to avoid, like petrol, diesel and all. But still, the government is aiming to ensure that there is some sort of measures being taken to increase exports. So let us wait and watch how it goes on in the world when the demand is reducing significantly. Fine. Thank you, guys.